Microsoft Excel, Blue Box 21, conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is exactly what it sounds like. We will apply formats when a certain condition holds. So for example, if we highlight the cells B9 through H9, please make sure you're stopping at H9. We're going to look for the cell that has the highest value within that selected range. So for conditional formatting, I'm going to click on the down arrow and then select the top and bottom rows. We'll use the top 10 items. Notice the 10 in top 10 items is just a placeholder. And the reality is not only can we look for the top 10 items, but we can change that to any number that we want. In this exercise, we'll change that number to 1. As I change the number to 1, I'll also have the ability to change what the formatting looks like. Since this is a good outcome instead of a bad outcome, we'll choose green fill with dark green text. Notice that if I go down to the very bottom and choose custom format, then it'll allow me a greater array of options for how we might select the type of formatting that we want. As soon as I hit OK, you'll notice the highest value in that range is now highlighted green. If you stop and think about it, you can understand why it was that I did not include I9 in this example, in this selection. If I use I9 in this selection, then we're going to find ourselves in a situation where the total is going to be the highest value. So similar to finding the highest value, we can also find the lowest value. So if I use the top and bottom rows, again, the the top 10, the 10 in top 10 or bottom 10 is just simply a placeholder. The number could be any number that we want. And when we select that choice, we can come in and choose, in our instance, the bottom 1. So in this instance, we'll look for the worst outcome of them. We'll leave it as the default light red fill with dark red text and hit OK. And so we can now take this and try to apply it to other totals that we have seen in this range. Using the Format Painter, any new selection that I have, make sure that we do just in this instance, B14 to H14, we'll do the exact same thing. I should have double clicked and held that Format Painter to be held so that after I paint one selection, where it's setting the conditional formatting for that, I can come down and choose the same process throughout. Once we have selected the Format Painter for the range B9 to, or used Format Painter selecting B9 to H9 or B14 to H14, we'll come all the way down and we'll do the last one on B16 to H26. Okay, again, making sure that we have done B through H in every single instance. If I come up and click on the Format Painter again, you'll notice it'll change colors from looking like it is a dark gray to being light gray again. The dark gray is to give you the indication that the Format Painter button is still pushed. One of the other things that you'll have noticed is when we choose the accounting style or comma style, that one of the issues that we have associated with that type of styling, and you don't need to do this, I just want to pull up the styling, you'll notice that I don't have the same options for what negative numbers look like the same way I would with currency or number. To rectify that, we can use conditional formatting to turn our numbers that are negative red. So I'm going to highlight from B6, a very top row, all the way down to I27. So B6 down to I27. This time I am including the totals. because I want to make sure that I see that negative $55.01. I want to turn that red as well. If you recall, the reason why I see red in this other section is because we formatted that as a number and not as the comma or accounting style. So for this conditional formatting that we'll use, instead of the top and bottom rules, we're going to use the highlight the cells based on a particular rule. In this case, we're going to use the less than. And what cell value are we going to choose? Less than 0. In this instance, we will turn the negative numbers just simply a red text. We're not going to have the background also be red as we did in the other conditional formatting. That way we will notice the difference between negative numbers versus our bottom one or top one rule. So those are 3 different types of rules that we can use. We can look for and highlight visually through a change in formatting based on whether we are greater than or less than, whether the cell contains text of a particular type that we might be looking for. We could use the bottom and top rules. And if we have a large number of that we're selecting that we're using the rules for, instead of choosing the top and bottom 1, 2, or 3, we could do it based on a percentage. So if I apply the top 10% rule and I had 20 items, it would give me the top 2. But if I selected 30 items, it would give me the top 3.